The ice princess who rejected every guy, but was kind to a gloomy one? Why and how? Let's find out together. Picture this: a packed train car, sweltering heat everywhere. Our MC gripping the overhead rail, muttering about the unbearable temperature. Then, ding! The station announcement rings out. Next stop approaching. And that's when we learn his name, Minori Suta. He turns around and bam! There she is, the legendary ice princess herself. Drop-dead gorgeous but visibly awkward around guys. Sure, Suta hated that suffocating train car, but he didn't regret being there. Not when he could see her. Watch this. Some random dude tries making small talk with her. She fixes him with this absolutely freezing stare. The guy? He practically sprints away like he just got caught stealing cookies from his grandma. Every single guy tried their luck with her. Every single time. Rejection city, population, everyone. But here's where it gets interesting. Suta's sitting there actually considering asking her out. I mean, come on. Maybe she's a secret actress? Maybe she's literally an angel with some otherworldly magical aura? Then, he notices something weird. There's this average-looking kid from his school just chilling comfortably with his backpack, while this elderly lady stands right next to him. The ice princess? She walks straight up to this guy, gives him the stare. You know the one. And this dude scrambles out of that seat faster than you can say public transportation etiquette. But here's the plot twist nobody saw coming. Without saying a single word, she offers that seat to the old lady. That day, folks, Suta witnessed something incredible. Beneath that icy, untouchable exterior, beat the heart of someone genuinely, beautifully warm. The day passes. The next morning, Suta boards the train again. As he waits, he notices a baby nearby, bright-eyed, full of energy. Then the ice princess approaches. The baby lights up the moment she appears. She notices the child, glances over, and gives a gentle wave. Suta watches, captivated. A few minutes later, the train fills up. It's hot. Suta grumbles under his breath. He looks at her again. She seems uncomfortable, different from yesterday. Then something awful happens. A grown man reaches toward her skirt, trying to molest her. For a moment, Suta turns away, ready to ignore it, but he remembers her quiet kindness. He imagines never seeing that smile again. The thought hits hard. He can't accept it. There's a molester! Suta shouts. The man jerks his hand back. The ice princess turns towards Suta. The crowd murmurs, confused, searching for the culprit. Suta exhales, relief. Later in class, everyone's talking about the train incident. Makisaka Eiji asks Suta what happened. Suta denies knowing anything. Inside, he's torn. She feels like his girlfriend, or at least that's how he feels, but he doesn't know what she thinks of him. Eiji, protective as always, says, "There better not be anyone messing with our ice princess." Suta asks who he means. Eiji explains the nickname, the girl with white hair, cold to everyone, refusing to respond, brushing off anyone who tries to befriend her. She's broken a few hearts. The name stuck. But Suta knows she isn't truly cold, not to him. Eiji asks if Suta rode the same train and whether he helped her. The question stings. Eiji presses, teasing, "Do you even have a girlfriend? If you don't get one in high school, it doesn't feel like youth." "Youth isn't about having a girlfriend," Suta replies, steady. Eiji pushes, "You look at the ice princess every day, don't you?" Suta grows nervous. "I'm content with just looking," he says quietly. Then he pivots. "Want to go to karaoke?" Eiji nods. As Suta was walking, he kept thinking about the ice princess, mumbling to himself about how things might finally go back to normal. And that's what he believed. He was on the train, staring at his phone, when the radio announced they'd be arriving at the station in a few minutes. The guy next to him got off, and someone else sat down, closer than before. Suta was still wondering why the train felt so empty when suddenly, a voice said, "Good morning." He froze. That voice. He'd heard it hundreds of times. It had to be her, the ice princess. She was staring at him, curious. He couldn't take his eyes off her. Then she thanked him for saving her from the molester. He told her she didn't need to apologize, but she insisted. She'd been scared, and no one around her had helped. She thanked him from the bottom of her heart. He shyly replied, "Okay." She smirked and blushed while looking at him. Suda felt proud, knowing he'd protected her smile from fading yesterday. She said she wanted to talk to him normally, that it was just her habit. She introduced herself, a first-year student, probably not older than him. Suda thought he couldn't talk to her casually, but he told her he was also a first year, maybe the same age. In his mind, he remembered watching her from afar. Seeing her lit a fire in him, made him want to go to school. Back then, he felt lucky because of her. He wanted to talk more, but didn't want to misjudge and be hated. Suddenly, she asked him a favor. Suda, still thinking about yesterday, figured she might be having a hard day and replied, "What is it?" She hesitated, then asked if he'd stay by her side on the train. He asked if she was scared of boys. She blushed. Yesterday, when that man touched her, and the way boys looked at her at school, she'd grown afraid. Suda said, "I'm also a stranger. How could you trust me? Isn't that risky? There's a chance I helped you because I had explicit motives." He told her to think carefully. Maybe invite a girl she trusted, or even a boy. Her face turned sad. "There's no one," she said. "You're the only one I've got." Suda was stunned. She admitted she had no friends. "I trust you," she said. "This is my once-in-a-lifetime gamble." She always believed someday things would get better, but that someday never came. She might miss exams, relationships, even job chances. If Suda rejected her, it was over. He said it sounded like a threat. She got serious and said it was okay if he took it that way. In that moment, Suda realized she was truly serious. She had to overcome this, and he was the only one who could help. "Why me?" he asked. With quiet confidence, she said it was because he looked directly into her face when he talked, touching her chest as she spoke. Suda thought about how he'd considered rejecting her. Many people hated getting close to her, but he had no reason to reject her. He clenched his fist, thinking that if she could bet her life on him, he wanted to live up to it. Finally, he gave his answer. "All right, I'll protect you as long as we're on the same train." She sighed and thanked him. Then they realized they hadn't introduced themselves. Her name was Shinonome Nagi. She'd been adopted by a couple, and he could consider her Japanese. Suda thought her name suited her and told her his name, Minori Suta. Shino gently offered her hand. "From now on, I'll be in your care, Minori-kun." Suda got rizzed up by her. From that day on, his life changed beautifully.